Hello, 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 and welcome to the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. We got a special topic today that we're going to discuss. But before we get in there, we got some couple of announcements to make. We have going on right now the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour Father's Day Purple Heart Gift Basket Raffle. If you're on Facebook, make sure you can just go over to my post and put a purple heart. Once you put the purple heart, inbox me your phone number and your ticket is entered. The deadline is June 17th, about 5 o'clock, because that day we will be pulling for the special father. Also, if you're on TikTok, you know what to do. You see my video, put the purple heart in there, send me over your phone number, and your name is in. That's for anybody all over the world. We ship everywhere. So don't worry about that part. We want to give a special thanks to Samal Set Apart. He is the outerwear for a part of the Father's Day basket and also smell like this. He also have our body wear as well, and also donated candles for the men. So make sure y'all get those pepper hearts over and your phone numbers in. And on with the show. We have our co-host Dwight. Assistant co-host Denise. Speaker Mr. Jones. And one and only Miss Keisha. Hello, 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 my beautiful people.
Hello.
What's going on?
How's it going?
Lovely evening. Lovely evening.
Thank you, thank you. Now we got a request for a topic, and actually it was our co-host that came up with the idea that I thought was very interesting to talk about. So what we're going to talk about, we're going to let him go ahead and fill us in a little bit on what is actually what the topic is. Interesting to talk about.
Well, what we going to talk about today, I know a lot of people that start getting into relationship maybe the 6 month or a year into it. Personally, I want to know from men and women, well, how would you feel if you was dating a man for about 6 months to a year, and all of a sudden he came out and told you he had about 4 or 5 other kids he didn't tell you about? Would you stay in that relationship or will you bounce? Because in your mind, you think if he's hiding that, what else he might be hiding? So.
Exactly. Now we talked about relationships all in general. And to me, people rewritten the relationships, and we talked about the difference between dating and relationship and when you're in a marriage. Now, when it comes down to when you meet somebody before getting married or in a relationship, what are some of the key things that you feel that should be discussed? Because some people feel like, okay, this is not the right time to bring this up, and maybe this is not. We're gonna go over to Mr. Jones, and we're gonna ask him, what does he feel like should be the main thing that's brought up when you are getting into a situation with anyone?
I think some of the main things that should be brought up when you're getting into a relationship with someone is things like you know uh, background on yourself, as far as how you came up, what you came up around, mental capacity, um, things of that nature. The deep things that's going to matter in the long run. And I'm not saying like first date we sit down and talk about things like this, but I am saying, within the first 30 days, I should know some of the deepest things that you've been through, especially if you're talking on a man's side. A woman should know like things like if you've been to jail before, if you've been in a domestic dispute before, things of that nature. I think those things are very important to give both sides, both parties, a chance to decide if a relationship is something they would like to pursue.
I agree. I agree. Now, over to Keisha. In your opinion, what do you feel like should be come up when you get into a relationship with somebody, or even before you can say I do? What are the things you feel on your part as a woman that should be brought up before we even get to that point?
Well, one, I want to know your credit score, but I want to know. I want to know if you have kids. I even want to know how many baby mamas you have. I want to know if they crazy. I want to know if they're gonna bring us drama. Um, I want to know basically everything about you. Like what are your dreams and desires? Like, is this it for you, or are you trying to go higher? What are your final destination? Where do you want to end up? Because if we're on the same path, then we walking in the same direction. But if I want to
Exactly.
do A and you want to do B, then that's going to eventually cause conflict between us. And most of all, I want to know if you're a loyal person. Are you loyal? Are you transparent? Do you hide things? So all those things are important to me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I agree. And Denise,
Mostly, almost everything Keisha said. I want to know if you have kids and how many do you have? How many baby mamas you got? All that. Do you have a job? How long have you been on this job? Is this your 10th job this year? I want to know is your credit bad? Do you care about your credit? A whole bunch of stuff. I just think you should be, like she said, totally transparent. Don't want to do with no liars. Don't want no hidden skeletons popping out. Everybody got skeletons, but I don't want those one that's going to affect me too. No. I want to know if you've been to the clinic lately. I just want to know, have you been safe? Everything. I gotta know. Don't lie to me. Don't let me find out later.
exactly. Now I know with me, I mean, as I got to experience different relationships, I was like, there's more things I want to know beforehand, because I'm like, I don't want to be left in the dark, and I'm the Keisha, the credit score, because you don't know what kind of baggage they bringing in to relationship. You don't know what you're dealing with or what they're trying to trap you into. But I've also got to the point to where I'm like, okay, I want a mental check history, because
Oh,
some of the guys I've been with, I'm like, yeah, I need to know if you're a narcissist, if you're schizophrenic or anything like that. I don't want to be in surprise or be the last to know. And hello, Zetra. Zetra says I had it happen to me. I stayed and I should have left because that was a big red flag. Yes, I agree. And Gisetta, she said I will bounce because he should have been upfront about the kids. Exactly. To me, that's like a big thing to me. And,
mm-hmm.
and Dalinda, she said, but if you truly love him, you should stay in support.
Well,
I mean, to each his own.
It's a reach there.
Because if you do love a person, I mean,
Hey.
That's what makes the discussion a great discussion. Is everybody has their own vision and own opinion on it.
Exactly. And then she said, but if you truly love him, you should stay in support. And then she says, no friend, because he started out keeping things from you. And that builds trust. Exactly.
Yeah, yes.
Exactly.
That part.
And she said he didn't lie, he just didn't tell you. To me,
No,
that's
that's
all.
still a lie.
No, it's not a lie. It's
It's a
withholding.
lie. What they call it?
It's not a lie. You
Reasons.
withholding information from me that I should know. Now, if he didn't if he didn't tell you, he just didn't tell you that he didn't lie about it. I mean, now if he tell you, well, I don't have no kids, and then he come back and say, you find out he did, then he told you a lie.
But it could still be some reasons why.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. And then she says women needs to be open and honest as well. Yes, they do. That goes on both sides, because they got some women also that keep things from men that they should be sharing with them as well. Now, in your opinion, Mr. Jones, how long do you think it should take before a person should be open to what is their life to this person?
Well, like I said, if this is serious, if we're talking about a serious commitment, and you're on your end looking at this person like I could see myself with this person down the line, I think 30 days. 30 days for me is enough time where you can go ahead and start spilling the beans on everything that you're going through, been through. Have you been through counseling? I don't know if you've been touched or anything. I should know these things, because if I don't know these things, then I don't truly know the person that I'm dealing with. So anything that's hidden intentionally means that you're hiding a piece of yourself, that you're cutting me out of the chance to get to know who you really are, and you're giving me a basic part of you just to be able to make a basic, well, not to make a basic, but to make a solid decision off of a basic part of you, and that's not fair.
Yep.
Exactly. Now, Danita, she says it should be 3 years before they actually let you know anything about their life. Now, I mean, too easy. Like
But I
we
think
said,
30 days quick.
no, to me, 30 days is still too early. You know, that's my opinion. But my thing is, like, it's all based on each person and how that relationship develops and how that bond begins to come together. Because you gotta look at, there's some people that, you know, they stay in a relationship for 12 years before they decide to get married. I think that's too long.
That's way too long.
But you have it. But I mean, just like I've said before, you know, you could be with a person 16 years and you still don't know that person. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean because, okay, it's 30 days, we should know each other, we should get married. No. I'm not going to tell you, because I learned, like I said, as I got through each relationship I've been in, I ain't been in many. But my thing is that I learned a lot more. And I mean, even to now, to where I'm like, you know what? I need to keep certain things away. You know, first thing I'm proud of is my kids. But certain past scars, I don't think I should let them know till we deeper into the relationship, because sometimes when you break up, they tend to let everybody know, they tend to throw it at you. And so you want to be careful.
Yeah, I say 3 to 6 months. I think you should get to know the person. Is this person going to be trustworthy, or are they going to have a liquid mouth?
Exactly. And, you know, just like Dalinda said, she says in 30 days, you don't know if you are going to be in a relationship with that person. That's just like we said about dating. You know, dating is different from being in a relationship. Dating doesn't guarantee that you're in a relationship. Going to bed with one of each other does not guarantee you in a relationship.
No.
You know, because I mean, now it's not like before. Everything is like freelance. If it's not on the internet, if it's not, you know, flying to that person, it's like it's too easy to get now.
I kind of think that 30 days is taken kind of slightly off. What I'm saying is, in 30 days, you have an idea of whether or not you're ready to take this person. Like, okay,
you want to continue.
Yeah, I want to continue with this person. I'm not saying in 30 days you put your whole life book on this person's lap and say, start, read. That's not what I'm saying. In 30 days, I'm just saying, hey, okay, yeah, I like her. She seems to be a good person. I could deal with her a little longer. Let's see what's going to happen after this, and continue on. I'm not saying that in 30 days you're supposed to tell them like, oh, this happened, that happened. No, but I can give you something in 30 days, something of substance.
I think people should at least know the basics about you. They should at least know if you were ever married, or do you have children, or have you been to prison lately, or you know, something. Those are the basic stuff that you need to know, your basic things that you need to know. Have you been to the clinic too? I think those are just basic things people should know about.
Yeah. Now, you mentioned prison, but my thing is, with prison, would you still date that person even though they've been to prison? Because I mean, some people can't.
It depends on if you gone to prison, you've done something you ain't had no business.
Not all the time.
Make you guilty. That doesn't make you guilty. So that would have to be something that you talk to that person. But it takes 6 months to meet when you first meet somebody, you're not really meeting that person. You meeting their representative. They're gonna be everything you want. They're gonna bring you flowers. They're gonna be on time. Everything that you think you want is what they're gonna do. Now, after about 6 months, then the real person starts to show up. So you really base it too much. I mean, they can tell you stuff, but you after about 6 months, then the real person show up.
Yeah.
After the relationship has
And the
I
ugly
have
truth.
to agree with that because I was with somebody for 7 months, and it took that 6 months. They started. They it's like the banana began to peel. You know what I'm saying? It was like, wait a minute, who is this?
I mean, that representative thing. Like I in 30 days, I'm gonna know if your representative is that's who you putting on point. And if it's your representative, I gotta go anyway.
Right.
If you can't present yourself as you to me, then why you trying to be all nice? Why? Listen, if I'm gonna be late, I'm gonna be late. If I ain't got enough money, I ain't got enough money. If my shoes is dirty, my shoes is dirty. If you don't like me for who I am, then I'm not gonna present you with somebody I think you gonna like that I know I can't keep up with. I'm not gonna do that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
And
And
see,
for the people that do,
Yeah.
But you
Each
don't
his
even
own.
know it's representative. You don't know that's who's showing up. I mean, in 30 days, you may be able to distinguish if this is the real person. In 30 days, you may not be able to. So, when you first meet somebody, it's a gamble anyway. You don't know if you're going to be with that person, in 60 days.
Yeah.
The way things go now.
Now,
absolutely.
Linda
Go
said,
ahead.
she said, we are going to the clinic before we even do anything. Nowadays, I'm in agreement with her on that. Yeah, we're going to the clinic.
Who y'all be meeting? But okay, yeah, I got it.
Yeah, see, that's next to the credit score. What's your credit score and where your clinic card?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Hold
We
on,
need to
my
know
credit
about you.
card somewhere around here on the desk. Hold on, man.
And I want to see the what do you call it? The headline of the clinic. No, we're going together. You can't just be
Look.
print because you can print anything off of Google
Well,
now.
we can go together. You go in your room, I go in my room. We're going to bring that card out together. Let me see
I hope your card look like mine. Then we can go together. I hope it look like mine. That's all I be saying. Like, I hope you don't come like, bro. Wait a minute. I didn't know I had all of this. No, you should have thought about that before you summons me to the clinic. Like I'm just saying, I'll go with you. I have no problem with going with you. But then if I get you to the clinic and you the one, I should have been watching out for. Oh my God.
See, that's why you make that because you never know.
That's another topic right there. Would you go with someone who had several venereal diseases?
No, ma'am.
Well, see,
No,
okay.
ma'am. No ham. No.
He said no collard greens, no potato salad, no ribs, or nothing. We're done.
They don't have the diseases no more, but they had it in the past.
Listen here. It's always something in the past that just tears down everything. That's what the song said. I'm going to ride with what the song says. Something in the past is going to be the thing that break us up.
Exactly. I mean, it's a trip because you don't know what anybody's. I mean, only because they look clean does not mean they're clean.
Yeah,
my thing is
the handsomest thing in the world.
Exactly. So my thing is, I'm gonna ask Keisha. Now, my thing is, if you spend time with this person, y'all decide y'all want to go a little bit further, and y'all do go to clinic, and you find out that he knew that he was carrying an STD and never told you, how are you going to deal with that then?
Oh damn!
Oh, you got it.
You put it
That's
out
the
there,
end of the
girlfriend.
road.
Come on.
I'm sorry. Can I cut the mic
No,
off?
let's say we take the same part. I'm gonna take him back home. I ain't gonna leave him at the clinic. But once I drop him off, I need him to know that we done. I ain't gonna leave him at the clinic because he may not have bus money. But
he broke too.
Oh no, this is just getting deep about a moment.
With the STD. To me.
So he knew. So what you're saying is he knew he had his treetop was burnt down. He didn't have no money to get to the clinic. When he got there, this isn't just really deep. It's getting deeper. I'm interested to hear more, so I'm cutting my mic back off. Y'all go ahead.
That means he's currently seeing someone, or he's kind of jumping from bed to bed. So that's another red flag that you and I, because we're going in two different directions. You want to be a bed hopper. You're not ready to settle down because this look pretty new and fresh. Because I know you ain't running around here burning. It must be something new. So that right there tells me a whole lot about him.
Yep.
Exactly.
So no, I ain't finna fool.
Pardon me, I'm gonna come off my mic one more time. One more time. You said something looks new and fresh.
New and fresh.
That's what I'm getting this in order, right, in my mind, so I know what she's saying.
He smell good. He look crisp. He got that line going down those jeans. Everything.
And got termite.
But his tree house is on fire.
Yeah, his drawers
no
are dirty.
ma'am, no ham, no spam. I'm good.
That room is messed up.
He got termites.
Exactly.
So if you're a brother with dirty drawers, you know that Keisha ain't taking you.
Hell no.
He done.
No.
Now, like Denise just brought up, and I'm gonna ask each one of y'all, because I mean this go for women too, because women be in prison too. Now, if you find out that they used to be in prison, and you come to them and you ask them, and he's like, well, yeah, I was in prison, and you got the proof. How would you deal with that? And I'm gonna go to Keisha first.
Well, just because he went to prison don't mean that he's guilty, and it depends on what he went to prison for. Because you can be falsely accused, but you're gonna still do the time if they find you guilty. So no, I would still, as long as you can get a job, like you ain't on the can't get a job list. Yeah, and I liked you, and we were, we hit it off. Yeah, I would still date you.
I stabbed my last girlfriend.
And no, I would not date you because you were.
That's a good deal right there.
Just be normal.
That's crazy.
The thing is, like they said, everybody trying to say, well, people could change. So, but I mean, in my mind, my thing is, I know people could change, but that's just gonna stick right here. I can't deal. Now, my thing is, if a woman you didn't find out for domestic violence reasons, and she never told you that she was in prison, and you found out she was, how are you going to handle that?
Yeah, the wife.
Well, you know what? To me, it depends on what she's in prison for. Now, if she's in prison for writing some bad checks or stole a couple of things, I can probably deal with that. But if she's in prison that she stabbed her husband or her boyfriend, trying to cut the private part off, whatever the case may be, because
set his house on fire.
Yeah, set his house on fire or do that waiting as hell, go blow up the person's car and everything. No, I ain't messing with you. You crazy. Something wrong with you. I'm gonna leave that alone. But other than that, if it's just for writing bad checks or something like that, yeah. But for anything of hurting somebody, stabbing somebody, nah, girl, you.
What if she wasn't nothing violent and she was just a career prisoner?
I can probably deal with that. I mean, if she
wasn't in prison every 6 months to a year.
If she was in there for a year?
No, if she's a career prison. That means she goes back and forth to prison.
Well, that's the best way. Hey, and I go back to me. We good. I can do that.
She ain't gonna be with alone. She just on a short outstay.
Exactly. That's one of the most perfect right there.
That's a short relationship.
Now we're gonna go over to Mr. Jones. Same question. Now this is a woman, and you've been in a relationship with her for about, let's say, 6 months already, and then all of a sudden somebody comes to you and say, "Look, I seen her on TV on one of these crime stories, and this woman has been in prison."
First 48.
Damn.
Yeah, let's go with the first 48. What are you doing from there, man?
If I can prove that she been on the first 48, it all depends on what she was for the first 48 for. Because they got all type of crime stories on the first 48. Some people do murders. So if she no, it doesn't see like somebody said, if she's a thief. Mm-hmm. If she a thief, you only got one time to steal from me, and you can go on here about your business. I'm good with it. I give you a chance. But as women tell men all the time, you only got one time to go to jail. Because I'm not finna reserve
Nothing.
and wait for you. I'm not waiting for you. I'm just telling you flat out, I'm not waiting for you.
If you got a year to 20 years, we're done.
Well,
No. If you got a day to 20 days, we're done. I'm sorry, ma'am. I'm not holding down. I'm not waiting.
He's not holding it down for
It
you.
wasn't my fault.
damn.
You are boyfriendless. Okay? He said one day you're out of go
Yeah.
and look somebody else.
You because listen, women do this to me and all the time, and they don't ask no questions about nothing. Just he in jail. Oh, cool. I mean, do, baby daddy, how you doing? So we know how this go. I mean, we ain't even finna play this game. We're not even finna play this game. Y'all know how it goes. So there it is. Do, baby mama, how you doing? I miss you.
That's not how it
I want my family back.
Right?
Oh my goodness. That is not how it goes.
He
This
wants
is
the
how it
family
goes.
back.
It
He said,
goes
forget the
just
prison
like
stuff.
this. Spicy. Spicy, it goes like this. It's me like, it's like this. Girl, you ready to go out tonight? Let's go.
See?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go have that, JJ.
Mm.
The judge.
So then why does this have to be a question on what a man gonna do? That's the question. Like if you know what you finna do the day he in jail, like he ain't even been to bond court yet. He just right there at the police station. It's Saturday night. He at the police station. You know he don't go to court till Monday.
Uh-huh. We at the club.
It's Saturday. He don't go to court till Monday. You in the court. You in the club Saturday and Sunday, and Monday you going to see not what his bond is, but you going to see if he gonna get out. If they ain't letting him out, okay, cool. We at the club next Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Y'all know how y'all do stuff.
Oh my goodness. But on the for real, no. I wouldn't do that though. But yeah, I would.
Thank you for clearing that up, ma'am. Hey, you sounded like Rick James for a minute. I ain't put my feet on them people's couch. Yeah, I remember putting my feet on their couch.
Right.
I'm gonna at least wait to see how much time he get, because he could turn around and get right back out. So I'm at least wait, to see how much time he get before I let him loose.
With a weekend or two?
Well, no, I'm gonna see how much time, the judge gonna give him because, if he got a week or two in there, we done.
Oh yeah.
In the meantime, what is you doing for that week or two?
Damn.
I'm just holding on.
Good luck, ma'am. Good luck, ma'am.
Oh man.
Yeah, I'm taking all those collect calls, telling him everything gonna be all right.
No, I'm gonna be for real though, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not taking nobody's collect calls. You just gonna be in there.
You taking those collect calls? Stop. You taking those collect calls? That's your baby.
If you got that man, you gonna take those calls?
No,
She gonna take those calls. Teresa just talking. Yes, she is.
I haven't.
She gonna be like,
I say this much, right? When we are in our younger, immature days, things like that is cool. I am not gonna go through the formalities of what happened when people get locked up, but things like that, as far as being locked up and you waiting on somebody, you in your 20s,
right?
That happens all the time, man. We knocking on half a century. No, ma'am, I'm not. No. I'm sorry. If you go to jail for 24 hours, you dead. I'm telling you. Especially you go to jail in Chicago.
You dead.
You cooked. I don't know what else to tell you. I don't know what else to tell you, except for if you went to jail for driving. All right, baby, I got you. I'm gonna wait. If you in jail for driving, I got you.
Yes. So on that note, we're gonna be right back. We're gonna take a short commercial break, and we'll be right back.
Yahoo. Dang.
Good afternoon. This is Johnny from Employed by Nobody, serial entrepreneur, proud Black business owner, and my Set Apart is a part of my story. It raised me. It runs through my veins. I'm so proud. I'm so inspired. I'm just so happy to see the legacy continuing, and I support my Set Apart.
Hello, family. My name is Sishman Rimson. I am the CEO of SMR Security Services. I'm also a regional vice president with Primerica Financial Services. Look, guys, I'm making this video for one reason and one reason only, and that is because I am blessed to be in business and partnership with Sumai Set Apart. The owners of that company are my friends, my brother and sister in Christ. Listen, I support Sumai Set Apart, and guess what? You should too.
Hello, it's me, Chef Tish. I'm the owner operator of Tish's Homestyle Cooking. I'm always rocking that Samai on y'all daily. I support Samai Set Apart.
My name's Warren G with the Young Millionaire in Training, financial coaching and financial literacy platform, and I support Samai Set Apart.
Hi, my name is Sierra Parker, and I'm the CEO and founder of Pointing at My Purpose nonprofit organization. I'm so proud that my organization is partnered with Samai Set Apart. Thank you guys for being such amazing people. I support Samai Set Apart.
Hey y'all, it's Brother Freddie, Mr. 50, Mr. 5. I'm stepping in from the shoe shop with day one, Samai La Familia. And I'm just stepping in to say that myself and the family, we support Samai Set Apart.
Love you, Uncle Drop.
I'm Donald Mays, and I approve this message.
For one's coming on, do not forget that we got the Father's Day Purple Heart gift basket raffle going on right now. It's just like the Mother's Day gift basket raffle, where there's going to be 2 fathers chosen for the gift basket. You don't have to be in Texas. It's no matter where you are in the world, we ship it off to you if your name is pulled. All you have to do is either Facebook or TikTok. All you got to do is put a purple heart underneath one of the videos that's saying anything about the gift basket raffle. Send over your phone number and your name is in. The deadline is June 17th at 5 o'clock. June 17th, we'll be contacting and pulling the winner live during the discussion hour. And we want to give a special thanks to Samai Set Apart as one of the ones that's been supporting the business ever since we first met, which I think has been about 4 or 5 years now. But they have always came through for us when it came down to our raffles and our events. So big shout out and thanks to them as well. And Smell Like This, the one that's been supplying also for our gift baskets every year and all the events that we've been having. He is also supplying and donating things for the Father's Day gift basket. So we want to say thank you, and we really appreciate you. And anyone out there, if you have a small business and you want to advertise on the show, just inbox me or you can email me at and make sure you put the on there, the Unspoken Heart 70 at AOL.com. And we will discuss on also advertising your business as well. We are also looking for more vendors for us to put into our baskets when we have this time, because as you know, we do it big on Christmas. We do the 55-inch screen TV. We do the baskets. We do whatever. Sometimes we even give for the kids the bikes. So if you have any stores that supply purses or shirts, anything, hit me up and we'll talk about it. Thank y'all so much for supporting the Unspoken Heart Discussion Hour. Now, 30 days. Is that like a rule for you, Mr. Jones?
I wouldn't say it's a rule, right? More so, I would say it's just like after 30 days, if I don't know anything about you, we just going out to eat, you know, or you coming over my house, we watching TV, movies, and then you go home, or I ain't been to your house, so I don't. What's the purpose? What are we doing?
Exactly.
Yeah. Well.
Exactly. Now, we're discussing the things that, you know, that should be exposed when you get into a relationship. Now, I feel like kids is a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I need to know if you got 13 kids, I need to know because I'm not trying to be entwined with the Brady Bunch. That's just me. I can't do it. I love the kids, but I just can't. If a man have kids, I mean, fine. I treat them as my own. There's no problem. But then when you got 13 kids and 13 different mamas, there's questions that rise into me. And I'm going to go over to Keisha. When somebody hides the fact of kids, which should be a important part of their life, what would be a reason to you that they would do something like that?
Well, maybe those kids are estranged from him. So like, let's say he has 6 kids, but he's only actively in 3 of their lives. And so once he got to know you and, he's sure that things are going to work out. So then he felt comfortable telling you, hey, I have 6 kids, but I don't get to see them, baby mama drama, or whatever the case is. So every case is different. Like not all the cases are the same. Like everybody's like, no, I wouldn't. But once you sit down with the person that you with, especially if it's been 6 months, because by now you've built trust. Now I will bring up the question, why come this didn't come out in the beginning? And then that's when I'm gonna lay down ground rules, because if anything else comes up, it's an automatic no.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And Mr. Jones, we're not going to talk about the woman's standpoint. We go do that next. But from your perspective, why would you think that a man, and being a man, would withhold information such as important as kids from his woman? He never.
I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. I don't agree with withholding any information. I believe in, hey, this is me. This is what's going on with me.
Right.
Take it or leave it. That's my standpoint on it. And any man that does it, I just feel like, hey, either you're, to me, yeah, baby mama drama, all this. You could say all of that if all you want to you pink, blue, whatever color in the face. But to me, that's kind of like not claiming your kids.
Exactly.
I got kids, and I can't never tell nobody like, oh, I only got 2 kids, which would be my twins. My twins would be the babies, and my other kids are adults. 18 to 25. So I could never just claim my twins as say those are my kids, but not claim my adult children. No, I got grown kids and babies.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And I have to agree with you on that because when I was married, I was in Germany with my ex-husband at the time, and I had a situation similar to that, and they couldn't understand why I took it so personal. When this woman's telling me, because she contacted me, I didn't know what was going on. She contacted me. She was saying his right last name, but the wrong first name. But, for her to tell me, well, there was a picture. I didn't see your picture there, but I seen the picture of a child that looked like him. And he said that was his niece. And I was like, wait a minute, hold up. First of all, the reason why that child looked like him is because that's his child. And I said, the second thing is, that's not his niece, that's his son. So in my feeling, because people used to mistake my sons for girls because they had long eyelashes and long hair.
Mm-hmm.
But, my thing is that that's just like you disowning your child. Okay, it's one thing you don't have my picture up there, but for you to take your own flesh and blood and your child that you asked for and disown it for somebody like this, that's going to be temporary. Nah, I'm in agreement with Mr. Jones. You're disowning your child. Now, we're going to go to Dwight with the same question.
That's an old saying. I mean, when you meet somebody, as I look at it, if it's going to go further, put all your cards on the table. You know what I'm saying? Put everything on the table. If you got 8 kids, then damn, say 8 kids. I don't want to be shocked when I go to your house and like, what's going on over here? Because the reason why I can say that because that happened to me in my younger days. I went to go pick up this girl, and she said she had children, but she didn't say how many. All I know, I went to that woman's house. 1 came out. Okay, 2 came out. All right. 3 came out, and I started sweating. Damn, that's 3, 4, 5. This woman had like 8 kids for real. And I'm looking at her like, oh hell no. You know what I'm saying? And I love I'm not doing that. You just gotta be straight up when you meet people. I mean, each thing on when it comes to dating and what they do between 30 days or whatever, but at least be honest about how many children you have. Be proud of that, because to me, if you're hiding something about your kids, doesn't matter if it's a man or woman, then don't tell them what else you hiding. And on top of that note, a girl I met that said that we, quote unquote, we got married. So when the police came to the house, and I said, what the police doing at my house? I said, what's the police doing at my house? They were looking for her because she was still married.
Wow.
She was still married. You know what I'm saying? How people do, they don't tell the truth, lie about people, and lie about being still married to some other man, and had me sitting there looking like, what the Twilight Zone is going on? So be straight up, put all your cards on the table. That means kids.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Now, my thing is that what would put him in that position? Like, I know y'all said, baby mama drama, which, okay, he could have been afraid of the mere fact that, okay, I know my baby mama crazy. She found out I'm with somebody, then she gonna go ham. That could be a reason. But what are other reasons that you think that a man would withhold that type of information from a woman?
Yes.
Well, it's because they scared. They feel like if the man, because a woman gonna judge that man thinking if he tells a woman he got 6 kids, she gonna automatically in her head say, well, you got 6 kids without 2 or 3 different women, then what's the problem? Because it might not even be the women, it might be him. So that's why a lot of guys don't usually say that, because they're afraid.
Agreed.
They're afraid they tell a woman they got more than 1 kid. Some women gonna think, okay, you got that many kids, so what was the relationship about? Is there something that you did? Did you go cheat? Or what? I mean, why you can't just find one person to settle down with, or why you got here spreading all your seeds to 3 or 4 different women?
Exactly. And I agree with that. We do question about stuff like that. But see, my thing is also because if you keep the kids away, it's eventually the ex is gonna find out your relationship, no matter what.
Exactly.
But there's a chance as well that you're gonna bump into them out there, and you're gonna act like you don't know these kids. What are you gonna do then? I mean, and my thing is that like Denise was saying earlier, she felt like, okay, if you withhold something like that, that's just like you lying to me. So if you kept this from me, don't you think it would make me feel like, okay, what else are you keeping from me?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So Denise, tell us, what do you think? Then we're gonna go back to Keisha, because we're gonna want to know from the woman's standpoint. But why would you feel that a man would withhold such important part of his life from his relationship if he claimed that he loved this woman?
Like I say, what do you mean? Like he loved the woman? He's trying to get with somebody new? What do you mean?
No, dear. The subject is if you're in a relationship or married.
I know. Okay, so I think from my experience watching, because I have a lot of uncles and I have a lot of male friends and stuff, and they basically, it's true, sometimes they do lie about how many kids they have, because they don't want the woman to know, because they want to get with that woman. That woman probably already told them that I don't want a man with a whole bunch of kids, and so sometimes they will lie about it, and just hopefully you'll look over it later.
But see, it's just like what the man just said. That's the key thing, fear.
Yep.
But my thing is, if you love someone, you want to at least get that out the way, because you're like, okay, I'm feeling this woman, and I want to move things further. There should come a point in time to where you say, look, I need to be open.
I need to know. But I'm gonna be personally from a personal. If I ask you, and I'm gonna tell you right now, that's gonna be like one of my first questions I'm gonna ask. How many kids do you have?
5.
And if you're gonna sit and tell me that you don't have any kids, you got one kid, and I don't care who's in a relationship for a year. And if I find out if you had 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 kids, that year is going to be a loss to you because I'm gone.
Yeah, and I agree with that, because that's when it comes to a point to where you could say, okay, now you're lying to me.
Yep.
But let me ask something. What does how many kids I got have to do with the man that I'm going to be or could potentially be to you?
Because first of all, you lied to me, and then that
No.
means
I'm not saying I ain't lying. I'm telling you, like, I got 5 kids, right? I got
that's
5 kids.
different. That's different.
If I got 5 kids and I'm telling you, okay, let me put my personal self. I met you, right? I say, well, look, I got 4 kids in my marriage and 1 older kid. My oldest is outside of my marriage. With, of course, that was before I met my wife.
Mm-hmm.
I got 5 kids.
Mm-hmm.
What does that have to do with who I'm going to be to you as a person?
That wouldn't bother me at all. To be honest, that wouldn't bother me at all. If I asked you how many kids you got and you told me just that, then that would just been a question answered, and I'll move on.
Okay, Keisha, now you just heard both of them. What do you feel on that outtake?
Well, some women want to know how many kids you have because it depends on where that female is. So if you're an empty nester, which means your kids are gone, and then you get with someone that has little kids or, whatever, then that means that's going to put you back into that mothering environment, because of course the kids are going to be coming over. There's going to be birthdays. There's going to be events that dad has to go to. So for some women, it just depends. I do not mind dating a man with kids because I have kids, and looking at it from a woman's perspective, when I go to Walmart and all these little kids start hopping out of my car, and I'm thinking, ain't no man gonna talk to me because I look like I got a little clown car. All these little heads keep popping out my car. I'm like, I promise, 2 are grandkids, but they don't know that, so they just look at me. I have 4 kids. One's in a car seat. The other 3, are walking with me. They don't know that 2 of those are my grandkids. They don't know that the other 2 are mine and what the condition is I got them in. They will immediately make a judgment about me. Ooh, she got all them baby kids, all them baby. So it's the same way with men. We see a man with a lot of kids, we get judgmental. A man see a woman with a lot of kids. Ooh, she got all that extra baggage. And so I just start, I'm like, you know what? If he talked to me, fine. How many kids you got? I have 6 kids. I have 2 little ones and 4 adult children. And then at that point, it's either up to him whether he wants to pursue something with me, or if it's just, all right, well, nice talking to you. You take care. And we cut it off right there.
Understood. And I agree with you wholeheartedly, because for me, I mean, since we're freely talking about what's going on, a woman with kids ain't never been. I've dealt with women with kids since I've been dating, and so a woman with children don't bother me. It's women with badass kids, and I'm just frankly just putting it out there. It is what it is. If you can't tame your children, then your relationship is going to have a problem. That's just what it is. If your kids are bad, your man is always going to be under stress.
Yes. See, my thing is that just like Dalinda said, and y'all just mentioned it as well. Women can be judgmental, and you see, at the same time as judgmental, you find more women more understanding when it comes down to men with kids. But then, what about the women that hide the kids? I'm gonna go to Dwight first, and then I'm gonna go to Mr. Jones. But my question is that you end up finding out, because you let the mother have her kids. You know what I'm saying? But after dating this woman for a while, it end up coming up to where your homeboys come to you and tell you, say, bro, I know Cat. That girl got some kids. What is your move from there, and what are you going through your mind?
Ooh, snap, crackle, pop.
It's a wrap.
Okay, with him.
I mean, because I lived that life. Back then in the day, I lived that life with some women and that I really liked it. But, because too many women don't really keep secrets about their kids. There's very few that'll try to keep kids on the down low or hide them or something like that. I mean, I dated women that had 5 kids. I dated women that had 6 kids. My friends said, "Boy, you crazy." But I believe if a woman came to me and told me she had 2 kids,
No,
and then
she lied about the kids.
well, yeah, if she have 2 kids, but she lied about the number of kids she has, and I don't know, I can be with that woman because I mean, why would you lie about your children? I mean, I would never lie about mine. So why would you lie about your children? And once again, it's like the fear because they fear that you're not going to be with them because they have a lot of kids. But like I said, it's like us playing poker. Picture a card, put your whole thing on the table, and then let's see what happens. I might say, okay, well, you taking care of the kids. That's fine. I like you. I love kids. We can do this together. But like Mr. Jones said, as long as they ain't bad, I ain't got a problem. Because these are baby kids and cousins writing on the wall.
Man.
You know, your own. So I'm not out of here. I can't. So that's how though. You know, it's being real on how many kids you have. And we can work through the rest of that stuff.
Yeah. Now, Mr. Jones, just say that now you attracted to this woman. Y'all been talking for a minute, and then she never mentioned to you that she have kids. So one day it comes out that somebody come to you and they tell you, Jones, that lady has kids.
Run.
But you've been with her for 6 months. What is your feeling and your thoughts from that?
If she never lied about it, like it never came up in a discussion for us, then yeah, we might have something to talk about. But if there was a lie and it's like, okay, you got kids. You told me you didn't have them, but there's proof that you got kids. What are we doing? Why are we doing this? And I don't want to hear, you know, the I didn't know how you was gonna feel. No. That's the point. You didn't know how I was gonna feel. You took away my chance to be decisive. Because no matter how much you like a person, if you take away their decision and their decision making, you might as well throw yourself to the wolves. Because when it comes around, because it's gonna come around, you can't get past it.
Yeah.
When you take the decision making away from a person, you have to deal with the backlash that comes with that.
Yep.
Exactly.
I agree.
Now, Keisha, as a woman, what do you think? Why would a woman keep the fact that she has kids from her man? Because I mean, you hear the stories, and you know, I mean, there's many reasons. But what in your mind would be a reason why a woman would not tell this man that she have kids?
Either she don't want to claim her kids, like Delinda said, she got 2 and her mama got the other 3. So she want to be free. She hasn't come into her adulthood yet. She still want to run the street. She want that man for whatever reason. She want that man, and she's willing to lie about her kids. I'm not lying to no man about my kids. This is how many kids I got, and that's what it is. But she may be living that party life. She may, that's the only reason I could think. She want that man, and by any means necessary, she's gonna get that man. Whether she lie about her kids, whether she hide them, she send them to her mama. That's why.
Okay, now on that note, and we're gonna go to Denise in a minute. On that note, being that you mentioned that, I'm gonna ask Mr. Jones. Now, you heard what Keisha said. Now, that type of woman that has that type of lifestyle and she doesn't take responsibilities in the area she should have kept her legs closed in. What do you feel about that? And would you still stick with a woman like that?
Girl, hell no. I don't even want no woman like that. I don't even listen. I don't even entertain that type of woman.
Right.
That's just me personally. I've never entertained that type of woman. And I don't know, maybe you call me biased or whatever, but if it looks like, if you present yourself to me as a woman that's about party life and the nightlife and this street life, I don't want you. I do not want you. I don't even want you to sleep with. I don't want nothing from you. You're not attractive to me. You're attractive to low-level men. You're not attractive to a man like me.
So otherwise, you're saying she's for the streets.
But she can't
For the streets.
but she can't be attracted to you. But what if she is attracted to you and she want a man like you?
No ma'am, no ham, no spam. No. Not at all. A lot of people in hell want ice water. That don't mean they're gonna get a cool drink down there. That's what they're saying. What's happening.
That part.
So she gonna have to go with Pookies and Ray Rays.
Oh no!
What'd you say, Keisha?
Pull it back up.
Rays.
See that old Pookies and Ray Rays. Uh-oh.
Twisted tea. Here we come.
No, I can't with him. Oh my God.
Ooh-wee.
I can't do it with y'all.
Now, Denise.
Yes.
From a woman's standpoint, and you heard the reasons here. Do this.
I don't know how to rebuttal.
I can't with him.
Rolling.
Oh you know, I need a drink on that.
He's always drinking that twisted tea. That's what it is.
Yeah, we need to take that twisted tea from him. Now, Denise, from a woman's standpoint, why do you think? Because you heard Keisha's reasonings on what she feels like a woman would do that. But on your standpoint and perspectives, why do you feel that a woman would place herself in a position to where she's in love with this man, but she's leaving out a part of her life which is important, her kids?
Sometimes there are women out there that do that. I've seen it before where the woman has a few kids, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5.
A few, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5.
And she just feels like the man won't accept her with all those children, especially if he has already said that he wants to start a life with his kids, with her. You know, like make their own family, and he just want to start that way. But sometimes, you know, women make mistakes, just like men do. They make a mistake with a person that they were with, and they just don't want that man. They want that man. They love that man. That man is everything that they wanted, and they're good. That's a really good woman, but she made a huge mistake.
Okay, see, my thing is, I have a problem with that word because I know.
I'm not talking about the children. Don't get twisted. I'm not talking about the children. The children are not the mistake. I'm talking about the person that she had got with before.
Okay, yeah, because there ain't nothing twisted but the Twizzlers.
Let me clean it up.
Thank you, because ain't nothing twisted but the Twizzlers. Okay.
Yes.
I'm keeping that. I am keeping that. There ain't nothing twisted but the Twizzlers. Let's go.
Like they had accidentally fell over and bumped their head and mistake for Pookie in a railroad for.
No, see, the thing is, we make the wrong choices in life with our men. But
yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The men,
our kids are, you know, and they can't be.
Kids is not the mistake,
and you know, the men are not mistakes because my thing is, you chose them.
No. There's a such thing as picking the wrong person, and it is the mistake. You made the wrong decision. That's a choice. Mistake.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
Choices are mistakes. Mistakes.
Listen, Trinice. Listen. Real talk, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you're right. There is a such thing as making the wrong choice. But at that time, it's not the wrong choice because you are in the season of your life that brings you that particular type of person to you. As you mature and grow, though, that's what makes that person become a mistake.
Yeah.
Because as you mature and you grow, you look back like, what did I see in him? What did I see in her? What were we doing?
I did that a lot of times. Like,
I sure did. What the hell? I was like, what was I drinking that day?
Twisted tea. Yep.
Oh my goodness. 30-day warranty. Follow the 30-day warranty.
But to To make that point, I'm not talking about the children. Children's not a mistake. Sometimes women get desperate and they want that man so bad, then they think that man is not going to accept them if they tell them that. And they got into a not so good relationship, and the relationship was a terrible idea. And but the kids are not bad, and nothing wrong with the children. It's just they made a mistake and had all these children with the wrong person.
But Trinice, right? I get you. But why won't nobody just tell everybody what it is, and that we all are going through a learning experience, and through learning, you're going to go through some trials and tribulations, picking the wrong people, doing the wrong things with the wrong people, loving the wrong people, incorrectly loving yourself,
right?
Things of that nature. We all do it. It's across the board. We all do this. So with that being said, if I can tell you I've just correctly start understanding love and loving myself and loving other people within the past 5 years. I'm 45, right? I'm 45, and I just picked up on this 5 years ago on how to love myself and how to love other people correctly.
Yes.
What do you think I was doing for them other 40 years? Making mistakes.
Yes. And you learn from that. But some people, you got people out there so arrogant and so closed-minded that they don't understand that.
They haven't grown up yet. They haven't come to the realization, like Mr. Jones, of loving themselves to be able to. If you don't love yourself, you can't love nobody else. Whether he a mistake, God sent man, it doesn't even matter.
Just like nowhere in no book on the planet, right? And I talk on my panel about this all the time. Nowhere in no book does it tell you owe other people loyalty.
No.
Nowhere in no book. I don't care if it's a Bible. I don't care if it's a Torah. I don't care if it's a Quran. I don't care if it's the book of Buddha. I don't care if it's the book of 5 percenters. Whatever book you want to look in, it says you owe no people loyalty. You owe your loyalty to God. And this is where we mess up. We be looking for somebody to be loyal to us. But God says in all of his books that you cannot love two masters. You will love one and hate the other.
Yes.
That's what he said.
So your man should be loyal to God.
And see, that's where it says, like, when people try to separate the pieces of the Bible themselves in their lives, that's why you need to read the whole thing. And I explained to this one lady before, when they talk about submit, okay, baby, what it states fully is that you submit unto him as he submit unto God. If he does not submit unto God, then I cannot submit unto you, because I cannot follow you in that path, being that I got to
say it one more time for the people in the back.
Let the audience know.
When he states for a woman to submit to her husband, he's stating, submit unto your husband as he submits unto God. If he does not submit unto God, why are you submitting unto him?
Somebody just kicked the ball over the fence. It's over.
Amen.
Showdown. It's over right now. It's done.
Because you got to look at, if you submit unto a man that doesn't submit unto God and follow God's ways, then God's going to hold you accountable for your ways, because you didn't do as commanded. He didn't say only because you lay with him that you got to submit to him. He said, as this man submits unto me, you are to submit unto him, because he's leading you in the direction of me.
Somebody understands what it says when it says it. I can't believe this. I thought I was the only one. I don't even talk about that part on my live. But listen, I don't even tell people that, because there's so many arguments out here about why should a woman be submissive. You don't even understand that the submission don't come into play until your man learns submission. And have been able to demonstrate submission, not to you, but to God.
Yes, but here's one little thing. That this is one thing that people need to understand, though, and I want everyone to understand this. You are not to submit to your boyfriend. You submit to your husband, not to a boyfriend.
I agree with that 100%. It ain't about no boyfriend. It's the husband you submit to.
Yeah, but the submission process, right? Whether it's boyfriend or girlfriend, I agree with you, but I disagree with you, because I'm going to say this. No matter if he your boyfriend or your husband, if he ain't submitting to God, it don't work.
Exactly.
It don't work.
Exactly. Even if
so you can submit to him because he's your husband, but what is he submitting to?
Yes.
Exactly. And I'm going to say this as well, because some people don't want to accept it. Sometimes if you say, okay, my husband is trying to force me to submit unto him. Okay, now you come into label of control.
Yeah.
Well, see, but Spice, that's
if he's not doing what's right by God and following under God in submission.
Yeah.
And he's trying to force you in a position that you shouldn't be in because he's not doing his part unto God. Then now it comes to level of control.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, it does.
You got to be careful with that, because I've seen it even on TikTok, and I had a problem with one guy said that, he was very arrogant about it. He was very demanding, and this goes for women as well, because we got a lot of women. You have rewritten a relationship, and you rewritten what your position that God placed you in, to where you feel like that you got to wear the pants all the time.
Oh yeah.
You want to run the household. Now I'm gonna say this. Now, if you put in a position as a single parent without choice, yes, you have to run the household. But when the man is there, the man supposed to be the head. You are the tail. You're not the head.
And you should sit down and let the husband make that choice. Not saying people take that word and they thinking it's like you got to kiss my butt or do everything. No. It's like if I decide, well, look, baby, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna fix the plumbing myself. No, I think you need to come. Look, let me try to do this first. Save some money.
And see, Dwight, it's funny that you said that, because I just had this discussion with somebody, and I forgot who it was, and I think it was my sissy, to where we had a discussion that we've been single so long to actually come out of that space. It would be in a big adjustment, and we had to remind ourselves, okay, we're no longer in their shoes no more. There's a man here, and we have to step back. That's just like I tell women, let that man be that man in that child's life.
Right.
Stop trying to always interfere when that man's trying to put a certain type of foundation in that son's life. Let him be the man he's supposed to be in that son's life. But he also plays a certain role in a woman's life, his daughter's life, to where he's supposed to teach her and show her, not just tell her, because it's not do as I say, not as I do. You show her by showing through her mother, whether you together or not, on how a woman's supposed to be treated.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
100% on that.
I agree.
Now, we this is a good discussion. I'll tell you, I already like this. Maybe he should bring that twisted tea on from now on.
Goodness.
This has been.
You know what? But I can honestly say I have never one time say, if someone asked me how many kids you got, I proudly tell them exactly how many kids I got and my stepson. I tell them straight up. I don't care.
Well, I'm sorry. When a man approached me, even to this day, I tell him, when he's trying to holler at me, I told him, he said, well, I can, because I had a guy tell me, he said, well, I'm good around the house. I can fix this, I can fix that. I can get the yard up because I see you doing it all the time. I said, well, in order to come through those doors, you got to be able to pay the house note. And he was like, well, how much is a house note? I said, $1,250. He said, I can't do that, then you can't do me.
Oh, no. What?
Damn.
Because my thing is that,
well, he can do $650. Would that work?
We could go home. Like I said, it ain't gonna be. But see, this type of guy, you gotta be careful, because see, this is men and women. You gotta be careful on people that's trying to come through that door. Be careful who you let through that door. Because not only are they withholding kids that you find out after you get married, because you're forgetting the laws. I know every state is different. To where when you marry that person, child support come out of your check too, baby.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, it depends, but yeah.
You gotta also remember, okay, are you still on child support? Not saying you shouldn't do it, because my thing is, if you love him, you love the package that come with him. It doesn't matter how many kids he have. If you love him. But my thing is that when you get step through that door, like, hold up, wait a minute. I need to know, do you have any kids? Do you have any problems out of those baby mamas? Because I don't have time.
Ain't got time for that.
And then I got law enforcement friends, so all I gotta do is call them up. I need a background check.
Yeah, what's up with background?
Here's the thing, right? I feel like this, right? Because I'm listening and I'm loving what I'm hearing. But we was talking about submission before I took a quick intermission. But I think that once a person passes all the dotted I's and crossed T's, then a person, as a man, I'm going to speak as a man, not as anybody else, but as a man, I think for us, once that happens, then we have to come into a state of our life where we're going to say, well, are we really ready to cross them boundaries with a woman, as in being the man that she's looking for, as far as being the man that God built us up to be? Because a lot of men don't take that question into stride and take that question seriously. That's a serious question, because if I'm being the man that I want me to be, then yeah, I do whatever I want to do because this is what I want to do. But if I'm being the man that God prescribed men to be, that's a hard job. That's not an easy job.
No.
That's not, you know, go ahead.
I'm going to say this, you know, because we don't want to rule this out, because my thing is that, yeah, I'm a firm believer that people do change, okay?
Yes.
When you talk about the prison system, when you talk about them getting help, I do believe people could change. But my thing is, if they've truly changed, is the question, because you do have to be careful what you step into.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
I just feel like when it comes down to the children, if you chose to bring those children in the world, if those are your children, they're part of your life, and you are a good father and you're a good mother, why would you keep them from the person that you're trying to build something with?
That's right.
You know something? I tell people all the time, I say, if I sat down and talked to you about the first half of my life, you'd be like, why you ain't got a book out? Why you ain't doing this? Why you ain't wrote that? Why you ain't told your story?
True.
Because I've been through so much in the first half of my life, which was a lot of my immaturities. I've been through a lot. And I'm proud to say I've been through a lot, because look what it made. I ain't even supposed to be sitting here with y'all if I'm being honest with myself. I'm proud to be able to say, listen, I got a friend so great that she invited me to come and sit and speak about the things that's current in the world and give my ideas and my topics about it. As a man, I take that so seriously that I sometimes take it too seriously, and I find myself alone, because I take where I've been and the things that I've been through seriously. Whereas other people think that, okay, it's been bad luck. No, it really hasn't. It ain't been bad luck. It's been learning experience after learning experience, because God say, if I can't teach you by telling you, then I'm going to beat you upside your head until you understand it.
Exactly. And that's what I try to explain to some people when they say, you know, look at their past crosses as something that they failed in, or they're a bad person. You're not a bad person. One thing you do have to look at, one, when you are the right person, you're doing right in life, when you totally believe in God, it's not going to be easy. And my thing that you got to look at is that a lot of the things that we've been through, we don't find out till later on when we're older, because you have to realize the things that you go through, you overcame and became stronger and wiser because of what? Because you did go through that. Right. That's why when I had a lady say, "Oh, Spice, I wish I was where you at right now. I wish I could do what you're doing." Do you want my crosses? In order to be where I'm at and to speak to where I'm the way I do, you have to be able to bear the crosses that I went through to make you into the woman that I am.
Listen to me. I've went so far down, right, and been through so much, right, that I realized when I said, okay, God, I quit. Let's do it your way. And I'm going to believe. And all I ask for you to do is let me understand everything that you set in front of me. Life got 10 times harder.
Yep.
It didn't get easy because I said, God, I believe in you and let's do what you want to do. No, this got harder. Because he gave me what women call intuition and discernment. He gave me the ability to look forward and see things. And I'd be like, man, this is crazy. Like, I didn't ask for all of this. I really didn't ask. I just wanted to be happy. But you got to be like people you always say, be careful about what you ask for, baby. Sometimes one of my mentors one of my mentors has a video out, and he said it's the magic glasses. When God give you the magic glasses and you put on the magic glasses and you get to see everything for what it is, you can't take them glasses off. That is my issue. I can't take these glasses off. I took the glasses off right now. They still on. That is still my prescription. I still see. And that is a hard life to live. I tell you, I have to bear and grit and gut a lot of stuff that a lot of people don't know. And I just keep it to myself and just try to be strong for the people around me and the people that love me. And man, who would have thought like a social media platform will create so much love and support for somebody like me? Man, y'all have nowhere. I love God so much, man. Y'all don't even know. God did some amazing stuff for me just in the past 24 hours. Y'all have no idea. 24 hours, I try to tell you, man.
Yes. And so, we're going to go ahead and be able to end out the show because he also has his own live that he does where you be vibing. So if y'all get a chance, y'all got TikTok, I'm going to let him give you the information because, sometimes I just put the phone there and I just be just in the mode. So, Mr. Jones, will you tell him a little bit about your live?
If you're looking for my live, you can find me under Macaroni Jones.
Macaroni Jones.
Listen, yeah, my TikTok name is Macaroni Jones. It's a long story. I'm not going into that right now. But if you're looking for me, Macaroni Jones, you see how I look. You'll know how to find me. We have a very, very wonderful platform there. We have some great people there. We have some great godly spirits there. And we don't just talk seriously. Listen, I'm a whole jerk off of here. I'm just telling you, I like to have fun. I like to laugh. I like to hug on my friends. I walked down the wrong path so long in my life that I'm on God's path now because I know my path don't work. I don't want to be on there no more. Yeah. And so the people that he's introduced me to in the past 5 years, man, just look. If you don't know nobody else, Spicy Gray. That's all I'm going to say.
Thank you.
And cast members.
Yes. Everybody makes up me. I love it. And what I'm going to do, she doesn't know I'm going to do it anyway, but I'm going to throw her on there because I miss her. But I'm going to hand this over before we leave on out. We're going to hand this over to Keisha to give us a nutritionist word of today based on what we have discussed today.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. It was a great discussion. Words of just advice. Be true to number one, God. Second, be true to yourself. If you're true to those two people, you're going to be true to everybody else. That don't deny your kids, but be true to God. He's going to help you be true to yourself. And then whoever you come across, you're going to be true to them too. Yes. Y'all have a good.
I love it. Twist the tea, y'all.
Twist.